Right, so I'm going to be showing you guys today how we can be identifying supply and demand levels. I'm going to be giving you guys two concepts that we can use to help us actually spot and identify these certain levels. Welcome back everyone. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how we can be identifying supply and demand levels. I'm going to be showing you on the 1 hour time frame on pound Australian dollar, but these concepts stay the same throughout every single time frame. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so looking at this blank screen, so I want to quickly draw out these two concepts that you can use to help you identify supply and demand levels, okay? And the concepts are drop, base, drop, and then we're going to be looking at drop, base, rally, okay? Comment down below if you've heard of these concepts, but these are some very powerful concepts, okay? So the drop is going to be drop, and this is what we're going to be looking for to identify supply levels, okay? We want to be looking for candles to, let me just move this out of the way a bit. So the drop, base, drop is what we want to be identifying when looking for supply levels, okay? So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be drop, base, and then drop, okay? This level here, this will be telling us that sellers are stepping in control of the market. We then have the base price consolidating. We then have the strong impulsive move to the downside, which basically means this level here is a strong supply level, okay? This is where the whales, smart money, are placing their orders. And the next one we're going to be looking at is, I believe I said the drop, base, rally, okay? So all this is basically telling us is that price has pushed down, we then consolidated, and then we've then had a strong set of buy orders being placed, and then this being the demand level. And what we'll be identifying at this level is in fact wick rejections and strong impulsive candles. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way, let's actually identify this on our charts. Like I said guys, we can identify these on every single time frame, but like I said, you don't just want to be buying blindly at demand or selling blindly at supply. We need more confidence and to use actual price action. But this video is going to be purely to keep it simple and just to show you guys how we can be identifying these levels, okay? So what we're looking at, okay, we're looking at this level here. We have the drop, base, drop. What this is simply telling us, okay, is that smart money, the whales, industries, whatever you want to call them, are pushing price down. It's then consolidating, and then they're then placing even more orders. So they're basically laddering in their positions, okay, which then indicates to us that this is a strong supply level, okay. If you can't really understand what I'm saying, we have the drop, base, drop, okay. And if I bring this out for you guys, you can clearly see what I'm talking about. The concepts I literally just showed you. So this is one of the ways that we can actually identify a supply level. And what we can do is we can draw it across. And how I like to have these levels is obviously draw them in zones. And I like to have the main wicks, or at least one of the candles, the full wicks in the zone. And then have a bit of the first initial candle that is either pushing down or up in this zone, okay? So you've got to remember that it is just an area. And again, guys, you could just say to me, oh, but you've picked this is in hindsight. I don't care what you say. I'm showing you how you can identify supply and demand levels, okay? So this is how we're spotting a supply level. Let me bring this to the back so you guys can identify a bit clearer. We have price pushing down. Smart money is pushing price down. It's then consolidating. We see a few wick rejections, and we then see an impulsive push to the downside. When we're trading from supply or demand levels, we want to make sure, this is just a little tip, we want to make sure that these are fresh levels and we're not trading from them more than 2, maximum 3 times. It's not like support and resistance where the more taps it gets, the stronger it is. We want to be trading these levels as a fresh level, okay? So this is our supply level. Price came back, dropped. Price then came back again, dropped even more. Price came back for the 3rd time and dropped again, okay? So that is how we're identifying our supply levels. We want to just be identifying where price is pushing impulsively from. We don't want to be drawing the tops of the candles. We want to be identifying where price has fully moved from, okay? So we wouldn't be drawing our level up here. We'll be drawing our level here because this is where price fully moved from and moved impulsively from, okay? Identifying our demand level is the exact same, and we're going to be using the drop, base, rally concept that I showed you guys in the beginning, okay? And can you guys identify it? I'm sure you can because you've been staring at the screen for long enough. We see the drop, base, rally, okay? What this is telling us is that price has dropped down. We then have the base, which is basically price just consolidating, and the smart money basically just deciding where they want price to be moving to. Price is basically just being indecisive. These wicks are telling us that orders are being set, liquidity is being grabbed, and then what's then happened is then price or smart money has then impulsively pushed price up. Okay, so here, this is our simple demand level. Make sure you get the full wicks in it, and then part of the, I was about to touch the screen then and show you, and then part of the impulsive candle in the zone as well. So these zones are going to be slightly bigger than the normal support and resistance, but you want to be making sure that you've got the wicks and then part of the impulsive candle that is starting the initial move up. Okay, so as you can see here, look, price came back, pushed up. Have a look at this carefully. Okay, let me send this to the back so you guys can see a bit better. But look at this, right? Look at this wick here. Some of you guys, if you were trading at this point in time, you probably would have gotten faked out on the lower time frame. Okay, this is price actually coming back to this demand level and grabbing liquidity. It's grabbing orders. A lot of you guys, or a lot of retail traders, will say, "Oh, market manipulation. My broker stopped me out." It's not actually that. It's simply smart money, the whales, whatever you want to call them, grabbing liquidity, pushing price to a better area for better positions in the market. So price just had to pull down that a bit more into the demand level to grab liquidity, create volume, and obviously push the price then up. I personally wouldn't have traded this as a demand level, as I like to see price pull back nicely. But as you can then see, price pull back again. I would have then gone into my lower time frames to identify structure, obviously price action, and then look for the trade. Because like I said in the beginning, you don't just want to be buying randomly at demand or selling randomly at supply. We actually need to use price action, which is going to be for me to make some more videos on later a day. Just to add in for you guys, just to add a bit more value, is this level here is what we call a rally base drop. Okay, it's similar to just the drop base rally, but it's simply a rally base drop. Okay, on the lower time frames, this is where we'll be able to identify our entries. But like I said, obviously we can identify these supply and demand levels on any single time frame. But keeping it simple, just keeping it on the 1 hour and actually showing you guys how to identify these levels. So people, what they would normally do is they would have their support way up here with the most amount of touches in, and they would have mainly the wicks in there. Okay, this isn't wrong, this is not wrong at all, but that's just resistance. Okay, this is actually identifying supply and where the smart money are actually placing their orders. Okay, so we can clearly see here that we are at a supply level. Look, price rallied here, we have it actually here. Look, we have a drop, base, drop. So you can simply see it. Look, this is where the smart money is placing their orders. It's then consolidating, they're laddering themselves in and then placing even more orders. Okay, price came up a bit, better price, let's place some more orders, or that's what they're thinking, or that's the thought process behind it. Okay, and here simply price rallied up from demand, price then met supply, wicked out, grabbed liquidity from these areas up here, and then based, and then obviously dropped down. Okay, and then we ended up breaking this demand level, so this level will most likely become supply. I hope this video has made sense for you guys. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment, drop me some DMs over on my Instagram, Forex_Loz. But again, this was just a simple video to help you guys be able to identify supply and demand levels. Just to tell you guys again, don't just buy blindly at demand and don't just sell blindly at supply. We want to be using more than just these levels. We want to be adding confidence by using structure and price action and actually scaling down into our lower time frames. But like I said, this will be for me to create more videos on and to share more value for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have, leave a comment, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on notification bells, and I'll see you lot in the next one.